Go ahead. So I should let you know that a strange thing happened on the way to the burn. I was all ready to go in 1997. I was going to read bedtime stories to people as the sun came up. You want to get really good at telling a bedtime story, you read it to a kid. I found a great kid. They had a great parent. That 4-year-old eventually grew up, and when they went off to university, I finally went off to Burning Man in 2011. I expected I'd missed everything that was of value of it. It took me a long while to accept what I was seeing, and this is what came of it. Drink Kool-Aid. Wait a second. We're not going to get anything. Keep going. Drink the Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid, eat the bacon. Kool-Aid, blood red, soaked in smoke charred oak cask, steeped in whiskey, bourbon, heat, desiccated traditions. It flows through a dust haze maze of open doors to clay hard floors of millions of imaginations of thousands of people, all dreaming the same different dreams of perfect miscommunication. Drink the Kool-Aid, eat the bacon. Kool-Aid, blood, bacon, salt, fat, spattered, smoked over fires of sizzling men from years past. Or is that women? Cool. You really want to ask? Bacon, all that you don't want in a food group and still the downfall of so many promising Jewish mama's boys. I roll onto the wheel, onto the clock. Sunrise. Breakfast o'clock, as cool as a billion tons of exploding hydrogen can be. It crests a line of pure, clean grit and draws me out of my self-induced, unwilling dreamland, now landing on ottomans and Afghans draped neat over love seats, too beat for rec rooms, hot tea, smoke stream, coffee steam, and a young man's gleam flows into me. He tells me stories of an 8-way in the heat of yesterday. His grin's warm afterglow on cool morning draws my hand to brush dust from spiked hair, to hold him close to my chest, to my breast, to share with him his rarity, only one of tens of thousands in billions. But I share nothing. Nothing of his strength, nothing of his frailty. And he drifts off into his pleasure, into his pride, and I cycle off into my 11th principle of radical self-exclusion. I cycle off and I see a sea of myself, and doubt divides me from my imagination made immediate by thousands of hands in a depth of wealth suspicious in its opulence, suspicious in its offerings of fruits of oblivion, crushed berries, well springs of mermaids' breasts, sliced fresh and cold blood bats ladled lovingly into cups, unclipped from packs from hips to lips. It is the cool of the machines that is sipped. It is a diesel wisp beyond the sassafras. The knock and throb of injectors and exhaust tells me this is where you are. This is where you always are. And if you can't get there from here, you just can't get there. And the lessons I'm given are only questions asked by the wisdom that has handed me the greatest of problems, and then tells me I'm the future. For I am becoming a new elder. We all know it's a joke. By the time I reach 12 o'clock, noon, midnight, a wind is blowing from the center of my soul, and like a child's Christmas in hell, goggled mask muffled rough against the dust. I can't recall whether it blew for 2 days and 3 nights or 3 nights and 2 days, but it blew through the strings of my harp. We scrawled our spells on the tree that would be lit before a choir of tears on a silent night. I read the words written in the blood of our loved ones lost, the cancers and tumors of our souls. I pulled the hungry tooth from my head and nailed it to the wall, jagged and cracked. It had cut the hands and lips of all who had reached to love me, and no fire could cauterize that wound. The dust blew clean through the hole. There the promise was made that I would be okay when you understood none of these words. Here, New Year's comes the night before Christmas, and we take to the field to make war on our mundane. Infantry and mounted swarm the machine's valves, slam open the pilot lights, and we burn the night in ancient sunlight in elemental colors from the rougher neighborhoods of the periodic palette. This dusty lab, secular myth monster, petri of the sacred profane, jonesing for the endorphins of its own growing pains, has cracked the constraints of scarcity just to get its kicks in Pandora's box and shaken loose the last demon. Hope. I drank the Kool-Aid. You can keep your bacon.
Cool. That is awesome, Terry.
It is.
So what year did you write that?
Oh, kind of finished it up in 2012.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Very nice. Thank you for sharing it with me.
Oh,
What was the name of it? Just Burning Man Poem?
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh, don't drink the Kool-Aid?
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. That was awesome.
I like it.
Cool. Thank you.